Hey guys, Collector Commerce here, how's it going? Today we bring you a new video on protecting and transporting your cardboard investments. That includes graded cards or slabs like PSA, also cards and top loaders as well. This case should do wonders for both of those. I'll put the link in the description. So now let's get into it. This is from Harbor Freight, it's called the Apache 3800. So this one should be easily good for 100 or more slabs depending on how you fill it out. And it's also an affordable option, around 40 bucks. For size comparison, we have an ETB here, and you can see that this case is pretty big. I don't know if it's actually waterproof. It's probably not fireproof, but it will help more than just being, open. And obviously it's padded, so when things get jostled around, the slabs aren't gonna get cracked necessarily. So you can put a lock through these. And it just requires a little bit of work to make it fit, but I think it's the perfect combination of size and ability to contain enough cards. You might be thinking, aren't there better cases? Yeah, of course. There are. Pelican cases are like 3 times the cost. They're great. If you want to go all in on a Pelican case, there's some other videos we saw on the Apache 4800, which is the bigger option. I thought that was a little bit too big for my needs and also a little bit awkward to carry around. I'm going to show you what it can do now. Let's open it up. Okay, I already have some cards in here. I have it set where there's 3 rows. You could actually fit 4, but I went to be more conservative on this one. I left 2 rows of foam between each column of graded cards, and that makes sure, as you can see, there's a good amount of space. Just kind of playing around with it. I haven't fully cut it all out. These come out in little cubes, just like this. So these are 5 wide, seems to be pretty much perfect for PSA slabs that are not sleeved. So this is a 4 cube slot, fit 10 cards here, and since they're PSA slabs, they're all kind of locked in. Notice that you can actually take the excess foam that you cut out and put it in here so it won't let them fall over. So there's 2 layers that it comes with of the actual cutouts. We're only using the bottom one, and you probably only need to use 1, but if you want to be extra safe, you can use 2. But I think 1 is a little better if you actually want to search through the cards like this. So the quick breakdown is that with 5 cubes wide, PSA slabs that are not sleeved fit in here very well. SGC and GMA do not fit very well because they are a bit wider. In particular, SGC is a thick boy. CSG is actually about the same size as PSA with a little bit rounded corners and a little smoother, so it slides in very well. Beckett card, and it also goes in no problem. I actually took out 6 of these to test. And so an unsleeved SGC is still actually loose in 6. And it's a little bit too tight in 5. It probably causes damage. And then the other thing that's a variable is, do you want your cards in sleeves? So there's different sizes of sleeve. Here we have a superior fit on this Justin Herbert slab, and you can see that it's relatively tight. So this will give us more clearance when you're, putting it in the foam. Bent it already to make it better able to fit. Just listen. Here there was more catching, but it still goes in with these perfect fit ones. However, this is just some random one, extremely loose, and this extra messy stuff is gonna make it a little more difficult with the foam. You can see the crumple here. So listen to this sound. It's definitely catching more, and then it has a lot more resistance, so if you pull it up, it's actually trying to lift the foam out. Because it is very malleable and soft, it can still work. And then here we have a sleeve on this Beckett one. This is actually the superior fit sleeve, so this is about as tight as it's gonna get. And if we put it in there, oof, pull it out here. It is so tight that I literally picked pieces out. So there's that. GMA, SGC. Yeah, they all will fit. Maybe eventually the foam will break down if you use too thick, but it will work. Well, if you have top loaders, you could even use the smaller ones. There are smaller versions of this case, the 2800 and 1800. Problem is those aren't tall enough to actually fit graded cards. They do fit pretty tight in there, so I think that's pretty good. Here's one, a top loader in a team bag, which I use sometimes. Feels kind of bad. I don't know if I would do that. And There we go. This setup and this 5 wide is actually perfect for top loaders as well. And obviously they're thinner than PSA slabs, so you can fit quite a bit more if you're doing top loaders. So those are great. And of course, it should go without saying that this will work for sport cards or Pokemon or anything that PSA grades, or these other companies that have similar size slabs like CSG and presumably CGC. With the current 3 rows I have, if I finish cutting them all the way out, leaving 2 rows of cubes all the way around, that would be a total of about 36 cubes. You're still gonna fit 72 slabs. Realistically, it's probably like 80 or more. And of course you can get extras. You can fit a whole extra column. But this was my thought, you know, if you can fit like 70 slabs, if I was gonna go to a show to do trading and selling without buying a table, if I'm transporting it, buying, selling locally, or even going on a plane, this should handle it. So now we're gonna show you how we customize it. So when you get your Apache 3800 from Harbor Freight, it's gonna come just like this. It's got all the foam inserted in it. So when you get it, it's gonna come with 4 pieces of foam. So the first piece of foam is right here in the top, and you can see it's got this egg carton shape. It's pretty thick. The next 3 pieces are in here. It fills up the entire thickness of this case. So it comes with 2 of these same pieces here, maybe a little over 1 inch thick. As you can see, when I spread it, it has all the perforations, they call it, so you can take these little cubes out. We already removed some of these just to test it in this one, but they started out the exact same. It's pretty thick, so this is where your cards would be mainly protected in. And then we also have this bottom piece in here, and another decently thick piece. Just to note that there is actually this little screw sticking out that can damage the foam, and just be aware of that for the cards. So I would actually keep an extra layer, maybe protect your cards. That's for this little security valve. So why do you need to customize it? Well, if we look here, here's the 3 pieces inside. So at the top you would have this. So when I have them pushed together without much force, so it's not like they're being squished down, there's only a very small amount of space at the top, probably like ½ an inch. And because of that space, this is actually too thick even if it was for both the top and bottom. The problem areas are the top here and the bottom. The sandwich in the middle, that's fine. Also, it should be noted that PSA cases are actually slightly shorter. So as you can see, we are already making contact. When I do this, it's now having to squish the foam to allow the card to fit. And goodbye. So we got this at Hobby Lobby, 5mm piece of foam. It's pretty stiff. You just have to cut it down to size, and then this can be your new foam padding on the top and the bottom. We also got this felt that we're going to use to give it a little extra look and padding. And then once you cut it the right size, it pretty much sticks in. You could glue it in there if you really wanted to. What I used is 2 of these 5mm foam pieces cut to size, and then a little bit of felt makes it look nice, feel nice, gives it a little bit of extra padding. Now I've got the fabric over on top of the foam, and you could do the same on the top as well. We've already plucked some of these out, but I'm gonna pluck out some more to show you how it's done. So this is the outer one right here. So you can see where it starts to pluck right there. 1, and this is 2 right here. So then I could take this, and that's how it's done. Essentially, you start like that. It's mostly plucked out. Broke the last one on this side. So now it should just pretty much come out in one big piece, like that. I recommend keeping the extra foam pieces just because if you want, you can put them back in and keep them stable. All right, so you just go like this. There's this screw in here you have to avoid. And you can see that the screw actually can damage the foam a bit. So if you want to use 2 of them, I just cut out this one spot just to show. Shutting it with this new inserted top and bottom. And look at that, perfecto. You do have enough padding, I would say, and it's a very rigid case where, you know, unless it gets ran over by a dump truck or something, it's probably pretty okay. So let me know what you guys think. Is this a possible solution for your storage or transportation of your graded cards or cards and top loaders? Let me know if this works out for you. I would love to hear, or if you guys have another option that you like a lot as well. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already to help support us. Leave a comment down below with what you think of our budget option for storage and transportation. We appreciate all the support, you guys, and we're trying to get 100 subs. We're slowly getting there, and we'll do a giveaway once we get there. This is Collector Commerce signing off.